guys. How's everybody doing out there today? I'm also like Francesca. I'm not a professional speaker, and I'm incredibly nervous right now. So hats off to Francesca on this. And her story is incredibly powerful because as I've gone out there and as Jeff has noted, I've been out in the field. I've taken the border ride from the coast all the way to Imperial Valley. Let me tell you, it's not secure. I've gone down to Mexico and Tijuana to see what the situation is like south of the border. They say it's not that violent. It's not true. There are more people being kidnapped on a daily basis in Tijuana than anybody here probably knows. 2 to 5 per day in Tijuana alone. There are murders per day in Tijuana alone. We have a border that is our backdoor neighbor here, and we're fighting in Afghanistan and Iraq when in this country just south of us, we're losing more people per year than we've lost in the entire war in Afghanistan and Iraq combined. Why are we not paying attention to our border here? You know? It's a, yeah, when you go down and you actually do this, when you go down and you sit on the border at night and you watch these people come across the open borders we have, it's astounding that the politicians in DC do not want to get out here and say, you know what, we really need to protect our borders, we need to lock them down, and then maybe, just maybe at that point, we can start dealing with an immigration reform. Our borders aren't secure. I challenge any politician, I challenge our politicians who live in this county to take the drive that I did from the coast all the way to Imperial County out there, and that's not that far. You know, Janet Napolitano made a speech last night in New York. She spoke out that now our borders are secure. We heeded the call of 2007. We have secured 600 miles of our southern border. How many miles of southern border do we actually have? More than 2,000. Do you feel that that's secure? 600 is secure? I challenge her to take the drive that I did, and I just took the day and drove from the ocean all the way inland. It can be done. And when you do that and you see where Agent Rosas was assassinated, executed, he was just 50 feet or so from the border. When I went out and took pictures of the memorial, the agents out there said, please, take a picture with the fence in the background so you can show everybody out there, they can see how close this was to our border and how they just scampered right back across the border, fleeing our justice in this country. These people do not want to come here to be citizens. There have been studies, numerous studies. The Center for Immigration Studies in DC has done numerous studies on this. For the first time in generations, people have come to this country, and you see them come from Russia, from Czechoslovakia, from Africa, from all over. By the time it gets to second generation for them, they are integrated. They have learned the language. They want to be Americans. They are proud to be Americans. They aren't here to take free money. They don't want social services. They are here to be Americans. The Center for Immigration Studies now states, for the first time in American history, the Latinos, I'm not going to say just Mexico, I'm going to say the Latinos that come to this country are no longer succeeding the first generation. They are on welfare. They are on food stamps. They are having babies courtesy of the U.S. taxpayer. They think it's their right to get stuff. This is the first time in our history, our country's 200 and something year history here, where our people have fought for the American flag that we see out here all day today. They come here in the second generation. They are not doing better than their parents. They are on the government doles. They are taught, and as Francesca said, they are made to stay in degradation. They want them to be poor. The politicians want them to be poor because then they can control them, then they can vote for them. It is a vicious, vicious cycle that's out there that we as Americans need to wake up to. I'm just a mom. I got started in all this. I thought my days of being a reporter were over. I got back into this on April 15th when I went to a tea party by chance, just thinking, you know, I'm going to go see what all the talk is about. It inspired me to get back in and work. I work 40, 60, 70 hours a week. I don't make a lot of money, but I feel that it's something that needs to be told. And when I go down south of the border and I talk to police commandants down there and they tell me, please tell our story. Please tell our story. I've been doing this for 40 years. I have two choices. I can either look the other way or I can turn them in. If I turn them in, I'm executed. My family is executed. Please, this is no way for me to live. Why are the Americans not coming down here and helping us out? We have a corrupt nation down here, and you guys are enabling it. So, yeah, that's just from people in law enforcement I spoke to when I made the trip down south of the border. I didn't sit in my room typing up a story. I actually go out and tackle the tough issues, and I'm going to continue to be covering this issue on the other side of the border to show people what really is happening and why we can't have amnesty. We cannot have amnesty for so many reasons. Unemployment, as Jimmy Valentine said, double digits. Why are not our American citizens and our returning veterans getting jobs? They should be on the top of the list. You serve in our country, you should be the first in line. The other misnomer in all this is they say Americans don't want to do these jobs. Well, maybe with the exception of picking strawberries, I'll say there are Americans out there who would love to go out and cut grass. My son's one of them. He can't go out and do it because the day laborers are out doing it for cheaper. We need to stop the cycle, and we need to wake everybody up, and this is a great start. So keep up the good work, everybody. Thank you.